Cori Bush joining us from St. Louis in Missouri's 1st District. Cori, welcome back to the program.
Thank you for having me. Hello.
No problem. So your race is tomorrow. You're up against the Democratic incumbent in Lacy Clay. We're going to talk about that in a second. But first, I ran a video earlier today of Fox News attacking you and one of our hosts, Kyle Kulinski, and the TYT network defending you.
Kyle, should moderate Democrats worry about this far left push?
No, I think that the far left is actually the way for Democrats to win, believe it or not. So when you look at the polls and you look at all the substantive policy issues, the American people overwhelmingly support Medicare for all, for example. They overwhelmingly support free college. They overwhelmingly want to end the wars. So when you go issue for issue, the American people are actually with the far left. And in fact, President Trump, when he ran in 2016, stole some of those issues. He ran against the wars. He ran against the trade deals.
If anything, and Kyle, you might have a point. He also said he wasn't going to touch any of the entitlements, Social Security or Medicare. You make a good point.
What do you make of it?
Yeah, I didn't see the clip because I remember what happened when they were at my campaign office, and it was ugly. You know, it was ugly. It was contentious, and I couldn't. You know what? I couldn't understand why it started off such. It was just really aggressive, and I wasn't used to that. And so when I gave my answer, my answer was shot down as if I was, making it up or like I didn't know what I was talking about. But my answer was correct. It was just what was fired back at me was a lie. It was incorrect. And so when but it puzzled me. I'm like, what? Does that happen? Like, can you? But then I was thinking about our president, and so I'm like, okay. So that just completely threw me off. But I couldn't understand where that that aggression was coming from, and so I don't know what all was shown on that clip. But I do remember that our conversation was just shut down. I started talking about, people like me and people that don't come from a certain amount of wealth and, needing Medicare for all and all of those things and the racial gender pay gap and all of that. And then it was just immediately like, stop, thank you. And so, I just think that if you came to my office, so allow me to get out what I need to say. It's not just about what you want heard. So I'm not worried about that. It's fine.
And so Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Nina Turner have come and campaigned for you, and those two have also been attacked by a lot of portions of the media over and over again. What is it that you think is driving these attacks against you guys? Are they scared that people might find out your policies?
Well, you know what? Let's take it back to the woman that said she crashed our rally. She crashed it. Yeah. She said she crashed our rally and she couldn't believe the things that we were saying.
Tell us why you went to her rally. What was the interest?
Thanks for having me. Well, I went kind of to see what the fuss was about, really, because, I've been to conservative rallies before. I've been to a Trump speech. I've been to a Ted Cruz rally when he was running for president. And I just kind of wanted to see, why the message was resonating, because really the socialist message is gaining steam within the Democrat Party.
So based upon what you saw, why are people drawn to this message?
Well, I was listening to them talk to Ocasio-Cortez and also to Cori Bush, who she was stumping for in St. Louis. And they say things, they talk about things that everybody wants, especially like if you're a parent. They talk about education for your kids, health care for your kids, the things that you want.
So just like that, people are, I think some people are afraid of this message and realize, oh, they're talking about me. Like, oh, that's good. That's what I need. That's what my family wants. So they're afraid of that. And also, we're talking about 3 women of color. 3 women of color that are speaking bold and standing up. So I think that's another issue.
Yeah, no, it's freaking out some people, mainly on Fox News. But I love that. And too strong. It can't be contained. So and Cori, you led a lot of those protests around the St. Louis area, which Fox News probably still hasn't forgotten or forgiven. So they definitely have targeted you. So now let's talk about the running against an incumbent. That's always really, really tough. So what has been the main challenges in running against a Democratic incumbent?
So one is just people saying, you're running against a Dem. That's another D. You shouldn't want to run against the Democrat. You're being a traitor to the party. Watch that. It's not about who. It's not about being a traitor to the party. It's about the best person being in the seat, the person that the people are pushing. So that's one. The other thing is money. I don't accept the corporate PAC money, which and the incumbent does. And so, the challenge of not having the same amount of money, and we haven't fixed that campaign. We haven't done that yet. We're still working on campaign finance reform. So until that's done, people still look to the person that has raised the most money as, like that means that person is the best, the most qualified, and the best person for the seat. So fighting that, but we've been able to really combat that with all the people and the momentum and the love and the support and the, just everything just coming at us, in a positive way. So we're good. We may not be able to outspend, but we can out-organize.
So, you've gotten a lot of media recently, which is great because that was one of the main problems in the past. Even though you were a leader in the movement in St. Louis and you helped to organize and lead so many of those protests, still it was tough getting media. Now you're getting both positive ones from Alexandria and Nina Turner, et cetera, coming. Also some of the negative ones that we talked about earlier. Can you tell how much of a difference the media coverage has made in your campaign?
Oh my goodness. So, I couldn't have imagined what just happened. So as soon as Alexandria won, things changed as far as the media. Like the next morning, we had all kind of calls, all kind of emails, just from independent and from major news outlets. And now, once she came in, Alexandria did the rally here, and then when Nina Turner came, it's just exploded. Like my entire day is just interviews, and people that just really want to hear the message and are trying to find out, what is that thing behind me that's pushing me, even though I don't have the same money. So the media push has been wonderful. But I will say that the attacks, though, even with, I ended up with the same people attacking me that was attacking Alexandria because she said my name, and so that I wasn't ready for. It's just like, oh, well, she said your name, so you're a communist and you're a democratic socialist, and it's like, it's like, what?
Yeah, that's okay. I think they're accidentally doing you a favor because the number one problem that non-incumbents have is name recognition. And they have now built your name recognition pretty significantly, so they better be careful what they wish for. And I only wish, look, the first three Just Democrats I probably ever talked to were you, Alexandria, and Paula Jean Swearengin. And Alexandria's win, I think, has helped you a lot. We'll see if it puts you over the top tomorrow, getting a tough race against an incumbent. I wish it had gotten here in time for Paula Jean Swearengin and some of the other Just Democrats that basically didn't get any media coverage, and that was a predominant reason that they lost. But it's great to see one of the first ever Just Democrats here in a pivotal race, for better or for worse, getting a lot of coverage so that at least people know what you stand for and that you're uncorrupted, that you don't take corporate PAC money. So Cori, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Well, I'm sorry, I just wanted to say one thing. I want to make it clear that it's not that corporate PAC money was not offered. We were offered $250,000 in corporate PAC money. We just didn't take it.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so.
That's amazing. I don't know if you've said from who, I don't know if you're allowed to or if that was off the record.
Yeah, actually, my team won't even tell me the names of who it was. Well, they told me a few names, but those I won't say. It's some pretty big names. Okay. But the rest of the list, I don't even know because I told them.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that, Cori. That's amazing. That's fantastic, right? And that's the whole point. We got to represent the actual voters, the people in your district, not those donors. And if people are taking those corporate donations, unfortunately, we can't trust it, and we don't know who they're working for. And that unfortunately applies to your incumbent you're up against as well. So the website's votecoribush.com. So obviously volunteer, donate, votecoribush.com. That's CORI. So Cori, last 24 hours, what do you need the most?
We need poll workers. That's the biggest thing we need. We have people on the phones, but if people want to jump on the dialer, they can do that as well. But the major thing we need right now, especially locally, is just people on the polls, because we know that a lot of things happen when people go to vote. And so we want people to feel safe. So we're trying to put, we have close to 300 polling locations that we need to cover. And so we just need help.
All right, fantastic.
So they can reach us on our website.
So Missouri's 1st District, and it's votecoribush.com. Cori, thank you again for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good evening.